And we are back. So, we just finished processing our stingray that we had, and now we are moving on to the pompano. So, this is a Florida fish right here. This pompano is not a super big guy, but he's big enough to bring home. That's for dang sure. So, I'm going to show you guys how to process a pompano. I've personally never had pompano before. So I'm not sure what's the best way to eat them, whether it be grilled or blackened or fried, but I do know how to process them. So when I caught this guy, as soon as we caught him, we put him straight into the freezer. So he's been on ice since we got back home. Now, the pompano has like a little soft spot on their heads here. You don't fillet them like you would do a normal fish, like how you would come in at like a tight V shape, like down here. Like you won't go down here and then down straight down like that. What you want to do on a pompano is you come in around the soft spot of the head and you come in and around like that. So it leaves like this C shape in the head. So I'm gonna bust this guy down. I'm gonna feel where it gets a little soft at in his head. And I can feel that about right there. So I'm gonna go in right here and around. Oh yeah. And there's still a little bit of meat right there. So if you're in the pompano heads, you know, have at it. But we ain't. So we not. I'm gonna take the rest of these little fins off. And pompanos are fighters, man. So you get one on your line, you're gonna know it's there. So now I'm gonna just follow through, just like you would fillet a normal fish, and just come around this top side and in through. So let's start at the very tip. But before we do that, I'm gonna give my knife just a little quick sharpening. Okay, and we're back. So now we're gonna start right around the top side here, right at the top of the spine, and follow our way against that bone. And when you see it start to open up like that, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but I'm right against the bone right there. I mean, you can feel it. So, put my knife this way. Having a sharp knife helps tremendously.
He said, Mom needs the tablet.
And bam, there you have it.
He said,
Nice fillet.
he said,
Nice fillet.
Mom
Know what I mean?
needs the tablet.
And look, just in case you were wondering, you can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can almost hear the bones. Hear that? That's the bones. That's right on the bone. So, and I didn't even gut this fish first. It's still got the guts and everything in here. And I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit more. There's a little piece of heavy cartilage right here. It looks a little thin right there. So I'm just gonna lop that guy off right there. I'll see if I can keep that on. I don't know if I want to keep this skin on or what. It does have some scales, but they're not big scales like you will see on different species of fish like a whiting or a trout or something like that. And I'm just gonna start at the back. Same program. Hold this blade as flat and as even. As I can, and try to just get this skin off because I really don't want it. Some fish I like to eat with the skin on, but not all of it. Whiting, when I'm frying a piece of whiting, yeah, I want that skin on because that skin is like, on that type of fish, it's good. Some people like skin on salmon. Some people like their skin on everything, but not me. So this is how I'm getting down. Bam. Ooh, boy, I'm getting better and better. All right, just a little bit more to go. Okay, and there you have it. So completely skinned on both sides, and that's the fillet. I can feel some little bones in the middle, but that's fine. Once it cooks up, I'm sure those will be easy to remove. I'm sure I could probably pull these out too if I wanted to, but I'm not gonna bother with that. I like this fillet. I think this is a great little size piece of fish. This will make a perfect piece of fish for a fish sandwich or just a meal. This is definitely enough for one person. So one fish feed two people. So that's one. And we're gonna get at this other side here, same program, and we're gonna go follow along the top side of that bone. And man, if I can do this without gutting this fish, I'm gonna be fairly pleased. I know y'all can see me cutting back towards myself, which is something I would not recommend doing no matter how experienced you are. I'm coming around that bone and I'm staying tight. I'm like angling down. Wow. 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 Hey man, that YouTube University really paid off, man. That YouTube University really paid off. Cause bye y'all. How you like me now? Look, straight off, another fillet off. You can almost see through this thing. This is nothing but bone. You can look. Let me see if I can get the right angle. You can see my hand going through. That is nothing but bone, and all the guts and everything is like right up here. You can see this little pack of guts and stuff, and that's it. You know, if you are into like fish stew, or you want to make like some type of sauce or something like that, I'm sure you could use that. Same thing with the head. If you're into like fish cheeks and things of that nature, you can use that. I don't really get down like that, so I like to keep it simple. Plus my kids, you know, they're not into that. They're not there yet. I don't think I'm there yet either. So we want to keep it kind of simple for now. But, you know, like I said, the more and more we catch these fish, the more and more I'm going to be experimenting and trying to process as much as I can. Because, you know, any dollar saved, you know, is a dollar earned, for real. You know, especially with the prices of meat these days in the grocery stores. It is ridiculous, man. So if you have the ability to get out there and go catch anything, man, I say, you know, try to utilize as much of that thing that you've caught as possible. You know, whatever it is that you're hunting for, whatever you can bring back to your house and process, you know, go for it, man. For real, for real. Because that's where we are right now in this world. Unfortunately, it's expensive. So that's not necessarily why I go out and catch fish and why I take my sons. I take them out because no one ever took me out when I was a kid. You know, and I think it's important for young men especially to have, you know, a diverse set of skills of how to provide for yourself and provide for your family. And, you know, living off the land to some degree is a lost skill. And especially not to speak down, but especially in, you know, African American households, a lot of us don't hunt and don't really teach those traits to our children. And at least those that I know. I ain't gonna speak on everyone, because I know there's a lot of people out there that do hunt and do fish, but you know, it's just something that's not that prevalent in the black community, I would say. So I think that's what makes it even more important, that if you have some sort of skill like that, I believe it's your obligation to at least try to teach your children, or teach you know, the younger generation how to do it, and how to be able to survive on your own, how to be able to provide for yourself. You know, food, shelter, security. Those are the, you know, the holy trinity, if you will. You know, so that's what I believe. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but I think that, you know, people should definitely have some sort of knowledge of the land that they live on, and how to cultivate that land. So I'm going at this skin a little backwards. The last one I did from like the bottom side. This one I'm doing from the top side, just because I'm experimenting and it's working. You know, so as long as it's working, you know, that's all that matters. So I'm sure it helps to have a really sharp blade when you're doing this. You cannot do this with a regular kitchen knife. You need a blade that has some flex to it. There's no doubt about that. You definitely need to have a blade that has some sort of flex to it. So when I'm done with this, taking off these little pieces of skin that I missed, when I'm done with this, I'm gonna wash this up, just rinse it one more time before I pack it up. It's a little late tonight. We've already eaten. I don't know, boys say they're hungry. I might cook them up some of this, just so we can see what it tastes like, you know? Ain't nothing better than fresh fish. But yeah, there you have it. So, it's all cleaned up. I got 2 here. And look at that, pompano. Fresh pompano caught today by my son. 9 years old, man. Catching straight river monsters, man. That boy's a beast, man. You know, he ain't got to pay rent as long as he doing this, man. That's it. So I'm going to clean this up, like I said before, with this pompano and the stingray that we got. We're going to process it all and cook it up. And on the next video, I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's cooked and how's it tasting. All right, peace.